Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, it's a lovely day today, the sun's shining and it says it's quite warm, but it's about 12 degrees or something like that. But the wind is blowing and the wind's cold, so we're getting the chill off it. But what I'm doing today, I'm going to water my Phragmipediums with some phostrogen, which is high in potassium and phosphates, because I've got plants such as this Fritz Schomburg, which has been in spike for months and not getting any not getting any better than what it is now. It's been like that for months, and the next door to it is a cardinale, which is exactly the same. That's got a nice spike, but that's not growing either. So I'm just wondering whether a bit of phosphates and some potassium will bring them on a bit. And I've got a Richter here with a spike on that's not doing anything. So I'm going to start watering all my plants with a little bit of phostrogen, just to see if we can bring them on a little bit. And I've got the water ready. It's about 18 degrees in there, and I've put some phostrogen in. That's what it is. Leave it on so people can see what it is. And I've got the parts per million in there around about 250. So I'm going to water them and see, just see what happens. Well, we'll start off by watering this one, which is a Fritz Schomburg, and it's a cross between Cavacii and Bessi. And as you know, the Bessi Phragmipediums, they tend to grow high and come out of the pot and all that, and it's showing that here. You can see how it's growing upwards, but I'm going to leave it like that. And you see, there's one plant here, it's completely out, but not a lot of roots on that one yet, so I'll leave it. But I'm going to water this one and then the others. Right, I think I'll dip this in just to take a bit of the weight off. Just float it a little bit and make sure all the bottom of the plant there is wet through. And we'll see how we go on with this this phostrogen. Quite heavy to lift up these when they're when you just water them. There we are. So we'll just put that one on one side and let it drain before I put it back on where it lives. And the next one is the cardinale. Beautiful, beautiful plants these. Beautiful blooms on them. And as you know, Phrags like being wet. They love having wet feet. So it's one thing, you can't overwater these. If you underwater them, you can get brown tips on the leaves. I think somebody emailed and asked me about that one, and I forgot to reply back. But if you do underwater them, you can get brown leaf tips. You'll not get that with overwatering them, and you can get the brown leaf tips as well by using tap water. And you can get it by using too much fertilizer, because these don't require a lot. So I hope that answers that gentleman's question who emailed me. The one I'll water is this Phragmipedium. It's a cross between Cavacii and the Living Fire. So it should be quite a nice plant this. It said it's 4N, and you can see new new growth there too there. Just in like a medium bark and perlite. Absolutely lovely this plant, especially when it flowers. If it ever does, it's never done it yet, but you never know, might be lucky one day. And this is another nice plant, this. This is a cross between caudatum and grande. And grande is still a cross, is still one of the parents of grande, is caudatum. So there's quite a 3/4 of caudatum in here and 1/4 of longifolium. So these should be quite nice, and they should have quite long sepals on them when they do grow. Well, this is a bit of a surprise. This is a plant that well, it's been hidden behind two big plants, and it's only a little cut, and it's no higher than what, 6 inches high. But I've noticed it's come up with a bud that I've never noticed, and this is a cross between, well, it's called, I'll show you, Phragmipedium silver rose, and it's a cross between Hanapopoi, St. Owen and Schlimii. So I don't know what that should look like, but I'll get this watered and we'll have a good look at that one when it blooms. Well, here's another Frag grande, and as you can see there, that's a very old piece of very old growth that wants chopping off, and there's some leaves here need coming off, and it'll expose some new growth underneath. You see it there, another nice new growth there, nice new growth down the middle, two nice new growths there, a new growth coming up there. So hopefully they're not looking too bad, these plants. Here's another plant that hasn't been doing much, and I'm trying to bring on, but you can see it's got some new, small new growths there, and this is a Phragmipedium humilia arias. That it hasn't done much, but it's been doing better these last 6 months, I think, this one, in growth terms. So we'll get this watered, put this on one side, and we'll see how that one goes on. Well, this is a Phragmipedium Olaf Gross. Now this flowered beautifully this year, but it's growing very close to the edge of the pot now, as you can see there. I hope you can see it anyhow. So this is getting in need of a repot because it hasn't been done this for 2 or 3 years. So that's one job I'll have to do probably Monday, because I've got visitors tomorrow, so I might not be making a video on the Sunday. Well, this is a Phragmipedium Olaf Gross. Now this flowered beautifully this year, but it's growing very close to the edge of the pot now, as you can see there. I hope you can see it anyhow. So this is getting in need of a repot because it hasn't been done this for 2 or 3 years. So that's one job I'll have to do probably Monday, because I've got visitors tomorrow, so I might not be making a video on the Sunday. And here's another plant, or Phragmipedium should I say, that needs something doing with it. As you can see, the old growth there, you see what's happening to them, right down in the middle, the old growth dying off. You can see the leaves it's got, doing no good at all. So the plant really wants cleaning up, and it's got plenty of new growth coming around the bottom, as you can see there. And I think this is a Sedenii. I think there's some more new growth there. Yep, there we are. So this is another one like the Olaf grass that needs a good clean up. Here's another big plant that needs checking up on. It's got really floppy leaves. They've got too long and they just bend, like this one here. If I just let it go, you can see, there you are, it's just flopped all over the place. Now this is a strange plant, this one. This is a cross between, and I can't even pronounce it. One's Kavakii and the other one is well, I hope you can pronounce that, but I'm not going to try. Well, we'll call this the last one, and this is the Richteri, and this is making a very, very big plant. I'll just water it and then put it back down there, and then there's nothing left for me to do. Well, thank you for watching. I've got one or two more Phrags to do. They're only smallish ones, but they all need doing. And there we are. That's the last one. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I know I've got a few more lately, so I'm very, very pleased about that, and I do thank you all. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.